we're just moving cows and we got it done before the storm, and my horse is just standing out there saddled. She's getting a little wet, but oh well. Well.
I know. I was watching to make sure it didn't turn to hail and destroy all the plants.
I know, it worries me. Yep. But the rain is always welcome. It's really welcome right now, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. So, I know Mel isn't going to be on because she's gone, and
we are recording.
No, that's Sandra.
Facebook, so
okay, and that must be Sandra. That's Steve. I'm guessing.
yes.
I don't think Steve is on. Yeah. Okay. Good. I was going, whoa, what happened here? Well, it is now 5:30, and I thank Neil. Thank you so much, because I don't think that Blair's going to make it, and I know Steve isn't. So this is wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Why don't we go ahead and start? Tom, can you share screens?
I should be able to. Hold on. Let me.
For the agenda, I don't think we need to do the minutes. And I don't know that we need to do the cash flow. You sent it out. I know I have a copy here.
Here we go. Share screen. All right, can you see that?
Yes, perfect. Good job, Tom. I was going to say I'd try it, but I'm afraid it would be, I mean, I could do it because I've done it before, but I'm kind of awkward at it. So anyway, cool. Well, let's move ahead then. We've got the May minutes. Were there any additions or corrections to those minutes?
Nope.
So if I could hear a motion to approve the minutes, I'd appreciate it.
So
I move
moved.
to approve the May minutes.
So Neil moved. Do you want a second, Lisa?
Second.
Thank you. Those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed, sign. Carries. Financial report. Do you want to go through it, Tom? Because there is, you've done a great job of kind of apportioning things out. Do you want to go through it? I don't know. Maybe you want to put it up to
Sure.
look at.
Can you see this?
Well, we
Not
still.
yet.
No.
Oh, hold on. Let me. Hold on. Share screen. There. How about now?
Perfect. 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 So,
So right now our balance is 25,353.46. But a chunk of that is donations that came in for summer camp. Let me see here. So sales, so summer camp donations, they almost brought in $10,000, which is
wow.
awesome. I think they didn't think they were going to get that much. And then another 4,600 in registration fees have come in. So they have, and I spent some money. So they had almost $15,000 for their budget. But about $1,000 will be coming out that I just wrote a check for, plus another payroll check to clear. So our balance will be about $1,000 less coming out of this summer camp. And I think at this point we have received all of our grant funds that we have applied for so far, except for, of course, the LWCF. Of course, that's not complete, so that's not here. But yeah, so
we got, I wanted to look at the RDBG. We haven't got any money for that, have we?
we got the 950 in.
What was that for, I wonder?
I feel like that was for the, was that for the marketing move to
Oh, that's
Choteau?
right. That's the money that they're putting in towards, okay. Because we haven't done the invoice yet to the feds, to rural development for it, because we're waiting for an invoice from the Acantha that we should get soon. We have, I know you paid, and that would be in the payments, or you're going to pay, I think, the money
Yeah.
for the big signs.
So I did send that out. So 1,050 will be coming out as, no, actually, I think I had that one in here.
Because
I
this
think I
is
put that in.
reimbursement, so we pay it and then we get it back. So that 950, I think, is probably for some of the match that we got. We used, and it was kind of creative, and we'll have to talk about it sometime. Some of the money from the Department of Commerce grant, that marketing grant was used for match for the RDBG grant. So I think that's where that comes from, but we'll sort that out, Tom, to make sure that
Yeah.
it's really
Yeah, I
clear.
might need to change some of my purchases to match the different grants. So some of
Yeah.
us might need to look at that, make sure I have things coming and going to the right.
Yep. Because I think we'll have the payment. I know we got the payment from, or you sent the check. I got the check for the corrugated signs that are around town. But for
Mhm.
big metal signs, that was the 1,050, I think.
Yeah,
And
and I think I put that in, but I might have assigned it to Meta. Is that USDA?
okay, it's USDA, yes.
Okay, so I need to move that
Yep.
out
I'll
of
put
here.
in some time and we'll go through all this, Tom, so I better
Perfect.
understand it too.
Yeah, no, that'd be good.
It's what's most important is keeping separate the children's camp stuff.
Yeah, I have that definitely all separate.
Great. So the LWCF, I don't know what the 25 was for, but that's fine.
That was to check the historical registry.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. Yeah, I'd forgotten. Okay. So are there any other questions about this from anyone? So it looks like we have a lot of money, but we really don't.
That's what I say every day, Mary.
Yeah, because about 14,000 of that is actually the summer camp.
And I think the other
That's great.
is waiting there from the commerce grant that's going to be paid out to the RDBG grant. So
Right. And I think I got the 4,500 from the META, that second, 1,000 for the mini grant, and then another 4,500 from META.
Yep.
And we haven't spent all of that yet.
I know, and I need to talk to you about that. I have a bill here from Polly. I think you paid for the chairs in the library.
I did.
Now I've got a bill for the computer, and we're going to pay what's ever left from the 1,500 we were giving the library. It's about $300. I'll bring that bill in to you and we can go through it and you can write them a check for the rest of that.
Yeah.
It'll go toward the computer, the
Yeah.
children's.
So there should be a couple $100 left.
So if any of you have been in the library, you know, those pretty new red chairs. Neil or Lisa, have you been in the library lately?
I haven't, no.
Well, they're
Nope.
pretty red chairs in the kids section and they're very cool. They're the ones that we bought with the META grant. So any other questions or anything about the financials? Okay, I think we usually do pass these. So anybody want to move to accept the financial report?
So
I
moved.
move to accept it.
So how about Lisa?
Second.
Okay, thank you. However you want to do it. Those in favor, aye.
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 Aye. So it passes. Thank you very much. Next on the agenda is assistance information. I see Sean is here from Sweetgrass. Maybe he can give the best update on the ARPA information. I haven't been following it that carefully. Could you do that, Sean?
I'd be happy to as far as I can. Sarah is the resident expert. But I've been following along with a lot of the commission hearings, and I can give at least a basic summary. The big news, right, across the board, the DNRC and the water end of the ARPA program, their application portal is underway. They have a minimum allocation grant as well as the competitive grant up and running. I believe the deadline for those is July 16th or somewhere thereabouts, and they have very specific requirements for what they're looking for, which is available at arpa.mt.gov. I've been sitting in on and watching commission meetings for transportation and some of the other committees, and there's a lot of talk about waiting to release further information about those programs until further clarification is provided by the U.S. Department of the Treasury. They have a final ruling. They have an interim ruling that has been released, but until a final ruling has been presented, there's apparently a lot of details that are being held back about how exactly some of those funds are going to be distributed. So we are trapped in that cycle right now of hurry up and wait.
Well, thank you. I've kind of watched a little of it too. I know the county got $1.3 million, and the city's getting quite a chunk that I think they're going to put towards water and sewer. And there is to be some childcare money. I've contacted them, but that program through DPHHS hasn't been set up yet. So that's going to be an opportunity for some childcare.
Yeah.
And I know there'll also be some housing money, but from what I understand from Commerce is that that's going to go to, it has to be very specific that it's pandemic related, at least as I understand it. But what that might do is free up some other of their CDBG and their home funds. And I'll talk about that a little bit later on for housing money that we may use in some of our endeavors. At least that was what Julie Flynn told me.
And on that, I don't know how closely this relates, but there is a public comment period available with the Department of Commerce until July 8th, I want to say, for their annual action plan, which encompasses the CDBG and some other programs that they have in mind.
Can you send me a link to that and then I'll distribute it?
Yeah, sure thing.
Because I think if people want to comment and say, yes, we need it for childcare, for housing, for sewer and water, whatever, it helps. It really does. And I'll share it with the city council too, but they may have it. I don't know. Great. Any other things that you want to update on at SBA or any other activities that you're involved with?
Oh, for Sweetgrass Development, I can give a short report now, if you'd like.
You bet. Go for it.
Okay. Yeah, so to give a brief summary, first of all, we recently had a training, sorry, 3 different sentences, tried to start there. We had a training for meat processing facilities that was well attended. Our regional director, Corey Hageman, led the session and was able to bring in Gary Hamill and other representatives from the Department of Livestock to chime in and talk a little bit of shop while going into details with various aspects of getting a meat processing facility set up and a lot of the how-tos and safety regulations that are involved with that program. I actually wanted to thank Choteau Area Port Authority for sharing that link on their Facebook a couple of weeks ago and helping disperse that information. Sarah and Corey are actually coming back from Glacier County, where we held a successful business training, and based on the amount of RSVPs we got for that, we're going to be doing at least a couple of other sessions. I believe they're in the final stages of getting dates confirmed, and we'll be disseminating those once we have a little bit more information. We are working, our director was able to attend the housing meeting in Choteau a while back and is partnering with the city of Choteau to look into what steps need to be taken in order to make a housing inventory happen in order to advance the goals of the city in that department. and in general, we were able to have a great conversation with Director Scott Osterman with the Department of Commerce yesterday, actually, in Conrad for our board meeting, and we were able to see the premiere of the Come Home Montana campaign, which launched their flagship video. I'll share that link in the chat right now while I'm pulling the link for the public comment section. It's a really great video, and it looks like a great start to a campaign that has a lot of potential to bring to bring back some folks who used to live in Montana, and would be able to bring a lot to Choteau, Conrad, Shelby, and a lot of the communities in the Sweetgrass region.
Great. I just copied that one, so good. Thank you. Anything else?
Nope, that's it. Corey actually just got back. If would you like to say hi real quick, Corey?
Hi, Corey.
How's everybody?
Good, good.
I was just telling them you just got back from a successful business training in Glacier County, and that we have a couple more dates coming up.
Yeah, it's already.
We can disseminate
booked
that
out
on
in
our
the third one.
Chamber and Facebook sites, Chamber and Port Authority sites. Great.
Awesome.
Thank you. Anything more?
I believe that about covers it. That's a decent slice of what we've been up to recently.
Okie doke. Well, the next one that we have in the agenda is the coordinator position. And we emailed out actually letters to business folks and other organizations about a week ago. I don't know, Tom, have you gotten any commitments? I have not at this point. Any additional commitments?
I have not seen anything come through my side.
Okay, it isn't going to be money. It's just a commitment. We're asking folks to get back.
Right, yeah. No, I've seen no responses or anything.
Yep, because it just actually didn't go out. It's not even a week ago. So we'll follow up with that, but we sent it out. Steve did on behalf of the Port Authority to his list of chamber members, other business folks, those that we had targeted last time. And so I think we'll do a follow-up. But I'm hoping that we will still move ahead with the coordinator position. And I know you said you'd help with the interview committee, right?
Right.
Thank you, thank you. How about some interview questions? If we can maybe develop those and share those over the summer, then we could be ready and to go with them. Is that something you'd like to initiate, Lisa? And then we can kind of share them and see what others think. And I think we
Sure.
need a scoring sort of matrix, so that when we get applications in, at least, and maybe you've done this, Neil, I know you've done it too, any ideas you have, when we get applications that we can just score them, and then those that have the higher scores have those come in for actual interviews. So it would be a process of weeding things out. Neil, Lisa, you have ideas on how to do that so that we can kind of weed out those that would not be most appropriate and get those that we think have most potential.
You know, those that are most knowledgeable in the position should develop a rubric for interviews. That way it helps maintain the legitimacy.
Yep. What I had kind of thought, Neil and Lisa, your input, that we would have, first of all, kind of a checklist so we can read through applications and have, a matrix or rubric for that so that we score applications. And then we can take those applications, and those that rise to the top would be the ones that we would interview. And that for that, we would have the questions and a rubric for interviewing so that, people score the interviews as well as the initial applications. Lisa, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think, so what you're saying is basically we need some scoring system to screen any resumes, or I'm assuming we're going to get resumes from people, and then we can evaluate those and do the same with the interview questions, but as the first step, have that. But I think Neil has a really good point. It's an unusual position, right?
Yep.
It's kind of a unique job position. So coming up with that evaluation, I think will take a little bit of work on our part.
We talked about 3 to 5 people for an interview group. And I know someone from Chamber would like to be a part of it, and we might ask someone from TBID. And Lisa, you would do it. I'm happy to facilitate, but I don't need to be part of the interviews. I don't know, Neil, are you interested in that?
Interview process after we've gone through the questions.
Yep.
I mean, after we've looked at the application and selected out X number of people.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I would be interested in doing the interviews.
Okay, great. I kind of thought, and maybe, I don't know if it's the same group that goes through the applications, maybe the applications, all of the board members look at the applications plus the extra folks that are going to be interviewing. And then we have 3 interviewers once we've screened the applications. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I
just
think
as
that
long
sounds
as you
reasonable.
don't get, as long as you don't get too many people in the pot.
Well, if we had all of us would just go through and read the applications will have the standard application form I shared with you last time. And then also they'd be submitting a resume along with their application. So we go through that and have a scoring system for the applications. And then those that rise to the top, whether it's 5 or 7 or 3, or, you know, hope at least 3, then they would go into the interview process, and the folks who are interviewing, let's say 3, and that's a nice number, would interview and score the top 3. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
So it's a pretty tight job market right now. We may not see that many.
I know. And as someone said to me today, and where are they going to live?
Yeah.
Don't already live here. I know. There's a multitude of challenges ahead, but I'm hopeful.
But I think the plan sounds reasonable. And I
Okay.
think it sounds like we should move forward with it.
Lisa, if you have, or Neil, if you have examples of sort of screening for the resumes, you know, fit for the position. I'm trying to remember, I've used them in the past. I don't have any examples right offhand, but it's usually been a score of the applications. You know, IT knowledge, community involvement knowledge, understanding of rural areas. I think there'd be several areas that we would want to screen them for before they even get to the interview process. I can sure start with a list of areas, and get them to all the board members, and then we can add to it and then come up with a sort of checklist for the applications.
sounds good.
Okay. And
Mary, did the letter, or did you have, I'm trying to recall, did you have a full job description you already developed?
yes, we do have. Yep.
Okay. But that wasn't in the letter. That was just kind of a highlight, right?
It was not in the letter. No, it was not.
Okay.
I can send it to you again. I think we went over it 2 or 3 times at meetings. And I
Yeah,
think
I missed a few meetings, so I may have missed when you talked about it. So I apologize.
I'll
I
send
can
it
look
out
for
again.
it.
I'm putting that down right now. I'll send out to everyone the job description, and then sort of the process that we're setting up now. So I'll send the job description and process out. And then later I'll kind of start a checklist taken from the job descriptions, and you guys can add to it for the review of applications. And then Lisa, as we move forward, if you want to start thinking about interview questions.
Sure. And Neil sounds like he's interested.
Yep, yep. So if you want to, start that up, some interview questions and share them, that would be great. So we'd have the two of you and someone from Chamber. Maybe those are the three that we have.
Has anybody expressed interest from Chamber or TBID
Yes.
in the
Uh,
process?
In the Chamber meeting, someone did, and I can't remember who it was. I'd have to ask Steve. Because I
Oh,
attended the
okay.
Chamber meeting. Do you remember, Tom?
Um, not offhand. I wonder if I put it in my minutes. I don't know that I wrote it down.
Steve, when he gets back, he might remember who it was, or he would know folks who would be interested in it from Chamber.
I wonder if it was the bank,
Could have been.
like Carrie Crabtree or
I'm trying to remember who was at that meeting. We'll find someone if there's someone that comes forward, or Steve may have ideas, but we'll get someone from Chamber.
'cause that was the membership meeting, not the board meeting, right?
Yes, that's right. I kind of think that's what we need to do now. And I will let you know throughout the summer as we get more commitments. I think we may have to bug people some, and I might ask you folks if I know people to just, if you see them, visit with them. I think any business folks. I think Steve has a list that he sent to, and I'm going to ask him if he can share that with us. But I know it included like Three Rivers, whom we may have to actually contact. Sun River, because Three Rivers was at the Chamber meeting and they said they would probably donate to it. Now, the bank expressed interest in giving some, the Glacier Bank did, and Opportunity was there too. So those are two that we definitely need to hit up, or three. So that's this summer a project. So anything more on the coordinator position? I am really feeling personally now, I hope we find someone, because with all this housing stuff, there is so much that's potential to do, and yeah, following up on it's not easy. So anything else on the coordinator position? So META projects, the branding and marketing is done, but we have the report, and I'm going to leave it on there so I remember, and we all remember to do the report. Steve and Jeff are going to be doing that too. The recreation interactive trails map is up and running. If you look at the Choteau, and I'll send it out when I send the job description. I could find it now and paste it in, but I'm not very good at that. It's, if you go to visit Choteau and scroll down for links, it's right there, and it's listed on each page. So it's just the recreation trails map. It's a Google map, and it's really pretty cool. And you've maybe seen the cardboard corrugated signs that have Visit Choteau, and then they have the QR code. Have any of you seen them in windows of businesses? I've seen 4 or 5 of them. And Tom, do you have any extras still? Are they all gone? Because the art group wanted one. The arts folks want one.
Steve took the extras with him
Okay,
after our last chamber meeting.
okay.
So I'm sure there must be a few left, but I don't know.
Okay, I'll get one to
Sure.
the arts folks, to the community arts. Have you guys seen them around town? Lisa, Neil?
I have not.
Well,
No,
look,
neither have I.
although the banks, I've seen several of them. The banks have them. I've seen them in a restaurant or two. I know
Copper Creek.
Copper Creek Coffee has them.
Yeah.
And it's a QR code. You just put your phone next to it, and then it jumps right to the recreation trails map.
Yep, the city has one.
Yeah,
Yep, so they're out there.
we'll try and get some more out.
I have one in the visitor center.
Good, good. That's a great place to have it. That's wonderful. I hadn't noticed that. I think the museum has one too. And if they don't, we'll have to get one to them. I'm going to put a note down for that. And then the big signs are finished. And I hope that we can put them, we have 2 spots and I'm hope to be able to put them up without going through the MDT process of permitting, because particularly the one at the Teton River Road, they're going to be redoing that in a couple years anyway. And the process to permit one of those signs, you have to do a mini EA, and I don't have time to do that. So I'm hoping the Forest Service has some signs up there, and if we could just tackle it onto the Forest Service signs, I think we can do that. And then I talked to Jim Balma, and he may let us do one next to his sign there in the Bellevue Road. But they're nice signs with the icons for the recreation activities that are available. So the mini grant for MEDA, I'll get you that information for the library. And the LWCF, I don't know, Neil, are you a Lions Club member? I don't know if you are or not. I don't know if Neil's a Lions Club member, but they have added
No.
to LWCF. So, and this is what, and I know I sent out to you guys the resolution. Tom, can you put it up by any chance? Do you have the copy of it?
Of which one?
The resolution, I sent it to you guys. I think you all looked at it. I sent it yesterday. Oh, boy. I can get it. I might be able to screen share it. I should probably at least screen share it. Let's see, because I think I have that administrative ability. Let me look.
Resolution?
It's a resolution. I sent it. I may not have sent it to you because I sent it to the board members. That it might be my bad.
Yeah, I don't think I saw it.
Boy. Okay. Well, let me look.
I'll
think-
stop sharing so maybe you can share.
Okay. Shoot. Lisa and Neil, did you get to look at it?
I did. Hold on.
Um,
Try to find it.
I thought no, that isn't the right one.
Oh, I found your job description.
Oh, good. Good.
But I did not. I didn't find the
Oh, dang.
other that you sent out.
Oh, let me.
Ah, I found it. Hold on. Let me see if I can
You
open
find the
it.
resolution? Oh, you are
Hmm.
good because I'm still looking. I can't remember where. I think I
Well,
put
don't
it.
say it's good yet. I gotta download it and then let's see
Oh, I
here.
just found it. No, yes, I did. Oh, it's a Word
All
document,
right.
and that takes me a
Yeah,
while.
it takes a minute. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to share here.
Okay, thank you,
Desktop.
Lisa. Mine's Word, and my computer takes a long time to open up Word.
And so this is the resolution for the LWCF grant?
Yeah, that we have to pass now so that we can put the funding forward. Again, this includes approximately, oh boy. I could look at the grant because I know I have it. Oh, there we are. I've got the resolution.
You can see it? Oh, okay, because it's giving me security warnings.
Well, I actually just brought it up for mine now. Maybe I can, I don't know.
Oh, it's telling me it won't share it unless I quit Zoom and restart it because you're recording.
Let's see if I want administrative rights if I can do
But
it.
it should be sharing. Is it sharing it now?
No.
No.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I can't do it.
Let me try because I brought it up. Share. Okay, I hit the share, I guess.
Hit the share, and then I should show you a few different windows that you can share of
Okay,
icons that you have open.
Upload. Okay, I'm going to upload it. I hope this works. To iCloud. I've shared Google Docs before, but not this one. Okay, automatically saving. Got it. Okay, let's see if I can do it. If it's there, darn it. Desktop one.
Usually what I do is I bring it up on my screen and then you share your screen. Oh, there we go. That's Lisa, I think.
Oh, you, Lisa, thank you. You're so much better than I am at this. Thank you. Oh,
I don't know what it's doing. I can't zoom in or anything. So
it's
this
there.
is it.
And you can
Okay.
for the estimated cost
I'll zoom in. Here we go.
is 232,000. And of which, half of it is what Lions has to put up for match. And again, this includes the tennis courts, the basketball courts, upgrading the pool boiler and the filter. They add the filter, and that was about $60,000. And their filter is going to go. And then constructing the band shell, which is about $60,000. So we're still working on this one. And fortunately, I have some help from Aaron, who's done our grant writing. And we have to have this in by the end of the month, and we will get it done. I have to get a letter from the Lions president, and I have a few other hoops I have to jump through. But this will allow Lions to do all these things and only pay for half of what they normally would. These are projects they had committed to anyway. And so this is a great way to get these things done now. So the tennis courts would probably be done this fall. They hope to get the pool boiler as soon as possible. And the filter would be done maybe this summer, maybe next. And then the band shell probably wouldn't start construction until next spring. So at the end of this, if we can scroll down, can you scroll down, Lisa? Yay. We have to pass this. And that we would adopt it. So I guess, do you guys have questions? I'm sorry this came at the last minute, but I didn't realize we had to do another one of these. We did one in March, but since we added items, we have to do another one. So are there questions from Neil or Lisa? And again, I am sorry that this is kind of last minute.
No, it looks good to me. And if it needs to go in right away, we need to make a decision.
Yep. So if you want to adopt this resolution and move ahead with this, again, we're not paying anything. We're just the sponsoring agency. Lions is the, I'm trying to think of what they call it. There's a special category for the partner that they are. And again, this is land and water conservation. This is what passed with America's Great Outdoors before Christmas. And
Hey, Marie, are we going to be funneling the money for them or managing the money for them?
Yes,
okay.
We do. Yep.
Okay.
And we're hoping it will be in the form of just, like one bill for the tennis courts, one for the boiler, one bill for the filter. The band shell might be a little more challenging because that's got several different folks. But yes, we will be funneling all the money, and we are hoping to maybe get some administrative funding for this up to 5%. We still don't know for sure if we can or not. Lions might have to match it, and I hate to have them match it. They're already putting up so much money. But the problem is statewide is that smaller towns don't have match. Cities have plenty of match, big cities, but smaller towns do not. And certainly the city of Choteau wouldn't be able to match $100,000, would they, Tom? But all of these things are on the city of Choteau property. So this is all a collaborative effort between the Port Authority, the city of Choteau, Lions Club, and this is actually the Park Service are the administrators for LWCF. And there's several $1 million sitting there in Montana to be used. And so we get this application in, we are pretty much guaranteed the money because we have match. So is there a motion to adopt this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
So it's been moved and seconded that we adopt the resolution regarding the LWCF. Any other questions? Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So we have a quorum. We've all passed it. Thank you very much, Lisa, for getting that up there.
You're welcome.
Very helpful. Thank you. You know, we are very fortunate to have Lions and all that they do. But if we can help them in this way, it helps the community. It helps everything. I mean, I think this is just a wonderful opportunity. And by lumping them all together, we do it in one application, which makes the process a whole lot easier. So any additional events, summer plans? I know we went through a lot last time. Tom, do you know of any? Any additional ones?
No, just kind of the normal stuff. Like we've been working with the health department. They're doing a vaccination clinic at the visitor center July 1st.
Okay.
And I think they're actually giving out money to the first 100 people who show up to do it.
Wow, you're kidding.
Yeah, like either $10 or $25 for each person who gets vaccinated. And it's, I believe, the Johnson & Johnson, so it's just a one-time vaccination.
Perfect.
And then Rich Lesky does his car show at the visitor center every once a month. The farmers market should be getting going. All of the 4th of July events are ready to go, and that's just right around the corner.
I know the kids camp is up and running. They had one, they've had one group. I don't know if they're doing another group now. I don't know when the next one comes up. But they had, I think, 11 or 12 participants in that one. So anyway, well, good. Lisa or Neil, anything else that you know of? The school's very busy. I do know that. They've got summer school, they've got the kids camp, they've got, I think, sports camps, lots there.
Yeah. Just a typical summer.
Yeah. The next item, and if you have read the Acantha, I'm not going to recap because Mel did a great job of the meeting. The upstart of it is there are 3 areas we're going to work on, and we meaning the city, and I think CAPA will help. I'm just kind of facilitating this because there's sure a lot of interest. We had over 100, I think about 100 people on the Facebook thing, and there were 25 people at the meeting. Interest in getting an inventory done, which Sweetgrass will help with us, as Sean said. I think we have a CDBG grant out right now. The city does, so we can't do that until that grant is finished. The other interest is looking at zoning and are there opportunities for more lots? And I think the biggest one that holds the most potential is refurbishing older homes. According to the city council, there could be up to 25 either abandoned or unused, unlived in homes that could be refurbished and either rented or sold. I think employers are very desperate to have some housing for employees because they can't get people hired because there's no place for them to live. And there's money available through CDBG rehab. NeighborWorks Great Falls is going to help us. And we're going to have another meeting on the 15th of July to talk about the process. And it's kind of twofold. Writing the grant, which Aaron can help us with, and the city of Choteau would be the sponsor for that grant. And then the other hand, trying to target these homes, finding someone, we really need someone to kind of lead up this effort. And I think there's some business folks out there who will do it. Find these homes, figure out a way to get them bought if businesses want to buy them or individuals. And then we use the grant to refurbish them. And it's for low to moderate income, but in Choteau, which I find pretty interesting, for low to moderate income, a family of 2 is about $55,000. So you can either rent or buy one of these houses if your income is underneath that. And I think a family of 4 is like 70,000. So teachers, there aren't places for teachers to live. And the hope would be is we can get going in this grant. It's a rotating, we can apply anytime, and there is money available. And Shelby's doing this. Conrad has done it before. There seems to be a whole lot of interest, and there's quite a bit in the paper about the meeting. Any questions? I hope somebody steps up, and this is my hope. If you guys know anyone, say a contractor, a retired person, or anything who would like to help facilitate and move this forward, they would be contacting individuals that maybe have these abandoned homes. Many of the chamber people or the council people know what homes they are. We're also going through the tax records to see what has tax liens on it. And then what other communities have done, if they get 3 to 5 houses lined up, they hire one contractor who to refurbish, rehab those houses. The grant pays for it. I mean, I think we can get up, I'm not sure the amount, but I think it's around $500,000 we can get up to. And then the houses are either rented or sold. So any questions? Okay, meat processing. I think we covered that when Sean talked about the training that they're having for meat processing development. Anything else in that, Sean?
Not at the moment. I know that I know that Corey is moving into some further conversations with some other entities, but I don't have any further details on that at the moment. But I do know that some of those conversations from before and after that training are continuing.
Okay. Childcare, I have not heard anything. I do see that we have they're going to have another meeting. I do see that of the child care group. They're still continuing to meet. And the hope was that this summer camp can kind of lead to some childcare options. Do you guys know anything? Lisa or Neil?
I don't.
No.
I know Brianna Lobdahl and Becky Preston are kind of leading up the group looking for childcare. And I just got an email that they're going to be meeting soon to talk about some opportunities. So.
Well, I'm glad to hear it's moving forward.
Yes, I just keep our fingers crossed. The insurance issue, that was going to be Chris, and I think he couldn't make it tonight. So we'll put that off until September. And if you want to do elections tonight, we can sure do that, or we can put it off until September.
September.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, so the council did approve Lisa Haas's renewal.
Oh, wonderful. Great, great. Okay. We'll do that. And that's basically all I had. Anything else, Lisa, Sean, Sandra, if she's listening, if you have anything you want to add, Sandra? I think Sandra's one that's looking actually through some of the tax liens through the county. Because I think the county gets the homes that are tax liens, and then I don't know if the city can negotiate with the county on them. I don't know how that works.
Oh.
Sean, did you have a comment?
Oh, I was sorry. I fat fingered and coughed while waiting for the other person to speak. But since I am talking now entirely by accident, I will mention that we recently completed our 2021 needs assessment survey, which we did get some responses from Choteau. And one stat that I'll mention briefly is that it looks like over 40% of over 100 people who responded from throughout the region, representing government, nonprofit, and business and/or business entities. 40% of those folks expected to be able to continue operations for 19 or more months, and it's a small sampling, but it's one that gives me a lot of optimism going into the second half of the year, and I hope it puts a smile on you guys' faces too.
Good. Good. That's good news. I do know, and I was going to add this, I was in the Acantha today, and a guy walked in who bought Blair's old building. What was the name of that? That's next to Opportunity Bank. That
Black sheep.
Black sheep.
Black Sheep, yeah, right, Black Sheep. And he just moved here from Salt Lake, and they're opening Flying Buffalo Mercantile. He's a leather maker. I mean, I think he works remotely. I don't know that, but I quizzed him. His name is Matt Marquette, and they're opening a business there, and it's going to be leather, purses, belts, and other sorts of things, tourism related. Maybe they're going to have an online business as well. And I know he was talking to Melody, and she's probably going to do an article about him, and he was interested in some advertising. So another new business, which is great. Have any of you been in there or seen it? I see they're doing work in there.
Well, and I heard he wants to paint a mural, or at least post kind of a mural on the side of the building.
Oh.
That big open side that faces Main Street.
Uh-huh.
So
Cool.
that'll be exciting.
Have you all seen the library mural? That is
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's great.
It is. Now, there's a lot going on. I mean, you can kind of feel it just being downtown. I know with the yoga festival and the fly-in, there is just a lot going on. So anything else for the good of the order? Okay, we will meet September 23rd, and we'll be in touch about the process for looking for a coordinator. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. We got it down, Neil. Took us
You
through the
guys are
whole meeting to get our process, but
You
we're
guys-
finally not talking over each other.
Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you, Neil and Lisa, for coming on, and we will all be in touch this summer. Thanks so much.
All right. Sounds
guys-
good.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Sean. Thank you very much, Tom. I'll stop by and we'll go over some things, okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.